Good evening, and today will be a topic called caput succedaneum, or certain swellings which are there on the baby's skull when they are born or soon after they are birth. Now the swelling looks something like this. Now this child had presented to me in the clinic, and this child was 24 days old when I saw the baby, and you can see in the video which I will show later how the swelling looks.
It's okay.
Doing. So that even other parents know. Yes, something called like this is
No.
there.
Anyone actually problem.
So there are certain swellings which develop soon after birth, and they are called either caput succedaneum or cephalhematoma. The two things which are visibly seen by parents. Now caput succedaneum is something that will appear soon after birth or at birth you will see it, and it should go away within first 7 days of life. It usually goes away. Whereas cephalhematoma, that is the second thing, will remain for some weeks and may take a lot of time, to even 3 weeks to 6 weeks to resorb and go, that is absorb it in the body and go off. Okay. Now let's see what is caput succedaneum. What happens is when the baby is trying to take birth, okay, so they start pressing upon the birth canal in this way, like seen in the picture. So as they are pressing, so imagine that this is the baby's head, okay, imagine that this is the baby's head which is pressing upon the birth canal, that is the mother's birth canal, and imagine that this is the birth canal. So now this is the baby's head, and it is pressing upon the birth canal to come out. Now as it is pressing, it is putting pressure from up, okay. Now it is putting pressure from up, and that's why it is getting sucked in this birth canal, okay. So if you see now here it is, yes, okay, let me just show you here. It is getting sucked in this birth canal. Can you see this round thing that is coming up? Yes, can you see this? I will just increase the resolution here. Okay, now this is, what is that? Caput. So since this is a rubber, it is again going back, but in case of the baby skin, that swelling remains. Now why is this swelling? This is the fluid which is in and around under the skin of the baby, which is getting accumulated there because of the pressure, and over time it will slowly get distributed after the baby is born. Because there is no more pressure, that swelling will get distributed and it will disappear. So this will take minimum 7 days. It is usually soft, it is on a place which is presenting to the birth canal. So if the baby is born with this part of the head presenting means that is the part which is pressing on the birth canal, then that it will be there. So usually it is on this side of the area. The second is a cephalhematoma. So the picture that I showed you is basically of a cephalhematoma. Now what is cephalhematoma? If you see the baby's skull, which looks like this, there are many lines in between them which are called sutures. Now these are the sutures wherein these are separate bones which are separated, okay. The skull is formed with separate bones, so they are separated by these sutures. Now each bone has its covering, okay. So if this is a plate of the bone, it is covered by a thin plastic like layer which is called a periosteum. So it is covered by that periosteum. So when the bleeding occurs under this periosteum, that is under the bone covering, it is called a cephalhematoma, and it will usually take some shape of that bone over which the cephalhematoma is formed. Like in this baby whom I had shown, it is a cephalhematoma. He was 24 days old, so almost reaching 3 weeks. It is still not decreased, it is not disappeared, but it is decreased according to the mother. What are the problems with cephalhematoma? The baby may develop jaundice. It is usually a little bit concerned because of the disfigurement that it causes. it can rarely have some fractures which are underlying. So if at all the doctor feels that there is a doubt, they may ask you for x-ray, but we try to avoid x-ray as much as possible in babies. So if there is no much concern, like okay, the baby is fine and we feel yes, it is cephalhematoma with no other underlying problem, no one will tell you to do an x-ray. Okay, so these were the two things that many times bother parents, and I try to answer those questions which bother parents and don't have much of treatment to be given. It's basically you should know what is this problem and what to do further. So definitely in cephalhematoma, if there is jaundice, if the baby shows some abnormal behavior, then the baby has to be taken for the further treatment or the further management has to be done. Regarding caput succedaneum, nothing needs to be done. You just need to know that nothing needs to be done. Okay, so all these my topics, short topics, are basically to feed your brain to know what are these topics or what are these conditions, so that your eyes can see it. As we know, I see what the brain knows, and my way work is to feed your brain. Okay, do follow me on Dr. Poonam's vlog on YouTube, Instagram, as well as Facebook page, and give me all that feedback, plus give me all those questions that you want me to answer. As and when I get time in my OPD distinct tenure or the OPD time, I will do the videos and post them. Okay, many of them ask me for direct answers. Please, it's very difficult for me to give direct answers on direct messenger. If you want direct answers, please opt for the teleconsultation so that I can give you a proper timing. Otherwise, please follow me on my blog. I will do each and every answer as and when I get time, okay, as and when I am free, so that I can post the full answer the way a parent should know it. Bye bye.